The nominee to lead the General Services Administration, Robin Carnahan, says the government can't implement policy if it, quote, can't get the damn websites to work. If the Senate confirms her, Carnahan says she'll focus on enhancing the agency's cyber posture, building a secure digital infrastructure, and making services more user-friendly. Nick Sinai is senior advisor at Insight Partners. He's former deputy chief technology officer of the United States. Nick, thanks for coming on the program. I imagine Robin's comments were music to your ears because this is something the government has struggled with for a long time. What are the biggest factors in your view still, as we sit here in 2021, to get the damn websites to work?
Hey, Francis, great to see you again. It's simple. Customers, citizens, beneficiaries, they want simplicity, right? They want the damn websites to work. And so that means it's got to be written in a language that's easily understandable. It means that it's got to be personalized and easy to log into and pre-populate your data if the government's got it. It's got to be secure. So we have high expectations about what consumer websites and consumer services do. We should have high expectations for those in governments as well.
This is exactly what you've been telling me, though, since we first started talking about this after healthcare.gov. The Achilles heel there was the government decided on the requirements instead of thinking, what do we expect the citizen to do? That's the key difference here, right?
Absolutely. We used to do things a kind of Christmas tree of requirements and then spec for years and build for years. And now we're in a situation where more and more agencies are understanding what the users actually need and are building with, not just for. So the VA is a great example. Back when I was in government, the VA had hundreds of websites and hundreds of call-in numbers. It really was confusing for veterans. And if you fast forward to the current day, va.gov is simpler and easier to use. It was built with the input of 5,000 veterans. They have about 10 million people who access content and tools and services every month, and over 1 million logins per month. And so they really have driven customer satisfaction up. I think it's up 30% on modernized web pages that va.gov has. And trust in the VA over a 5-year time frame has gone up by 25 percentage points. So yes, we still have a long ways to go, and it was great to see Robin's comments recognizing that and her commitment to it. But we do have success stories as well.
The two words that I have heard over and over and over again through the years from both people outside of VA trying to use the vets' websites and inside the organization as far as what they tried to do to build it the way that it is now is simplicity and strategy. Those are the two things I wrote down as you were talking about that organization, Nick. How does one apply those concepts in a situation where we have a jumble like we had when VA started this journey?
Yeah, so I think part of it is having the right talent on the inside. So having the designers and product managers and software developers actually as feds. And then it's having the right set of contractors, both traditional and next generation contractors that have those agile software development skills and really understand how to build with the beneficiary or the veteran or the end user. And then it's also about how do we bring in modern commercial software. And as you know, that's something that we've talked about a lot. I'm very passionate about how do we use the best commercial software to simplify the experience for the end user.
Are we beyond the point where we still have to remind people embarking on these journeys to use best practices, to use agile development, to use DevSecOps and all of that, Nick? Or is that still necessary when we're establishing the building blocks of these kinds of projects?
Well, I think we can say it, but we also have to prove it and do it, right? So those are two different things. Every RFP and every contractor, they say it and they talk about it, but there's a question of can you do it and can you do it well, and that's really measured in terms of do we have good product velocity? Do we have users that are actually staying through the transaction that aren't falling out? Do you have high customer satisfaction? Are people able to kind of complete the transaction or get the piece of information? The other piece of this, Francis, that I'd be remiss if I didn't get a chance to chat about is that we have to go where Americans are, right? And digitally, that's not just on our websites, right? That is on search, and it's on social. And so we have to find a way to make sure that when Americans are looking for things, and yes, that could be Google or Bing, but it could also be Alexa or Siri, or a number of apps that they use. When they're putting in information, looking for a particular service or a particular location, right, from VA or USDA or whatever federal agency, that they find the information or the service that they're looking for. So we have to go where Americans are looking for information and services. As that means better search on our websites, and I think search.gov, there's a great opportunity that Robin can drive with some of the shared services in TPS. But we also have to make sure that that's going where Americans are starting their journey. And the other piece of this is social, right? So Americans are spending close to 2 hours a day on social, and they have questions about government and government transactions, and when things go wrong, they complain on social. And so there's been an investment in customer service on social, and that's something I'm also excited about.
Nick Sinai, thanks very much. It's great to see you as always.
Great to see you, Francis. Thank you.